If I do this right, if I do this right,
We gotta do this right.
It'll change the world.
The whole world.
It'll change my life.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Aish.
If I do this right,
World peace.
if I do this right,
Come on.
it'll change the
Change the
world.
world.
It'll change my life.
Gonna change the whole life.
If I do this right,
If
I do this
Let's go.
right,
Let's
if I
go.
do this right,
it'll change the world.
that's what's
It'll
up.
change my life.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
If I do this right,
Yeah.
if I do this right,
Let's go. Let's go.
Where you at?
it'll change the world.
Come on.
It'll change my life.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our third episode. And welcome. We are so excited to have you guys. Thank you guys for your support up until now. If you have not already checked the previous episodes, definitely go back on YouTube and watch them. For some reason, we're having issues with our Facebook connection. We're going to work on that later on, but you can either follow me on Facebook and watch today's episode or check it out on the YouTube channel. We'll get those little issues fixed out in a minute.
Yeah.
Definitely make sure that you are following us on our other social media platforms. We are on TikTok, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on. So make sure that you are checking and keeping up with us on social media.
Yeah, you want to support us, support the show. And yeah, we want to keep things moving. So what's been going on with you lately?
So
It's been a month since
it's
we've
been a
back.
whole month. So we have definitely been working out and juicing, as some of you all know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I look small on screen yet, but it I feel like it's working. How you feeling?
The juicing works, and it's just I feel a lot better. I feel better. I lost over 25 pounds, so I'm feeling good, and at the gym works. You can't do it without going to the gym. So
This is what makes me upset, is that men lose weight so much faster than women. So he's sitting up here talking about, I lost 30 pounds, and I'm like, I don't even want to look at the scale. But
welcome to Earth. I didn't make the rules.
anyway, what I did notice is I put on a pair of jeans, the other 2 or 3 days ago, and I had not worn those jeans in about 2 years, and I was able to get in them. Now they were snug. There was a little snug on the waist, but I was able to get into them.
Yeah, no, it's good, and it wakes you up.
Yeah.
If people who are dealing with this, some people who just naturally small and naturally, whatever, and they just run around eating anything they want.
Eating anything they want.
But yeah, not me. I look at.
We won't say no names, but there's somebody in this room who's like built like that. We won't say the name.
So yeah, and so let's talk about our guest.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about our guest. One, she's a Sarah. Two, she's a really good friend of mine. Basically, we were friends before we became sorors.
She's a Delta.
She is a Delta.
Okay.
We Deltas do it right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you her bio, and then we're going to bring her on to the show, and then we're going to have a conversation with her about what she did to do it right, to get it right. Okay.
All right.
So from the age of 5 to 18, Elsa grew up as a child in the foster care system. She and her twin brother were removed due to negligent. I can't say that word today.
Negligence.
Thank you. Supervision. Together, they were in several different foster homes, but were ultimately separated at the age of 11 years old. 2 years later, she was moved into a girls group home and subsequently graduated from Mount Enterprise High School. Elsa attended Tyler Junior College and Angelina College between the years of 1995 and 1997, studying accounting. After 2 life-changing events, she decided to enter Stephen F. Austin State University and study social work. Elsa graduated in May of 2003 with a bachelor's degree in social work and an internship in the Child Protective Services. Since graduating, she has been an employee of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, currently serving 20 years.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow, 20 years.
I love that.
While working with CPS and continuing to pursue her vision and dream, Elsa completed her master's degree in social work in May of 2020. Yes, that was during COVID. Elsa has been in a position of an FGDM coordinator. We're gonna have to ask her what that is.
Okay.
For Region 4 and 5 for 13 years, and also coordinated and assisted the preparation for adult living program. She spearheaded the coordination of the FYI program in Gregg County, Texas, housing for foster care aging out of the foster care system.
Yeah.
Elsa is the proud mother of two children, Skylar and Kennedy. Elsa is also an active member of her church, serving as a Sunday school teacher and media specialist at Parkview Mission Baptist Church in Longview, Texas. And like I said, she is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated.
All right.
All right. Elsa contributes her tenacity, will to do her best at anything to her belief in God, and a very special foster parent who told her it doesn't not matter that you are a foster child. You can be or do anything that you put your mind and heart to.
Ooh.
She believes that she is living proof that any child in foster care can make it through life as a productive citizen of society with the help of the Lord and positive support system, regardless of what your background or past. She describes herself as courageous, caring, and protective, but most of all, resilient. My good friend, Elsa Noble.
That's gotta be the best bio.
Look, I almost started crying listening to that.
Like, my goodness.
I did. I was like, dang.
That's you, friend. That is you.
How are you doing? I'm good. I'm good. How are y'all?
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're really good.
Y'all look so beautiful and coordinated.
Coordination. You gotta coordinate. You gotta do that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We are excited to have a conversation with you. Before we do that, we do have our question of the show. Mm-hmm. Don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. You
banner.
want
to? Yeah, banner.
Okay.
And then it is. Go to banner.
Go to banner. We're doing some sideshow training as well.
Hey, that's okay. That's how you work it out.
Yeah. Yep, so we do a question, Elsa, every show to the audience that's watching and to our guests. So this week's question, or this show's question is, what's the workout that you hate most in the gym?
This question is for me?
It's for everybody. So we're going to let you answer it first.
Oh, okay. What's the workout you hate most in the gym? Weights. I hate doing weights. I don't like doing weights. But I'll do them, but I hate them.
Like the dumbbells, the little...
Yeah. Yes. Like the leg weights. What is it? Leg curls, and then I don't. Yeah, leg curls. All that. No.
Yeah.
I didn't go to comment.
Go to the comment section, John. Yeah. What about you, D?
Me. I think what I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be. I don't know. It's got to be legs. It's got to be legs. Yeah. Because after you're done with legs, it's like you burning, and then it's not even that. It's the next day. Like you walk fine. Then the next day, you walking like you bow-legged or something.
Yeah.
Yes, and your legs feel like they jello and all that.
Every time you move them, you kind of like breaking through barbed wire. It's a mess.
The funny thing is, legs is my favorite day.
Shout out to Andrew.
What's up, Drew?
And that boy, Drew Gaming.
Legs is my favorite day. I hate chest and triceps. I cuss the whole entire time. I don't like it at all.
What is it that you don't like?
Chest and triceps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like it.
You get through it.
I get through it and I push through it, but like you were talking about the next that next day
That next
feeling.
day, yeah.
That next day, I hate all of this feeling all tight and balled up.
and
It's just
yeah.
yeah. But I love leg day. I love leg day.
So Elsa, tell everybody about you. You know what you want people to know.
So let me see. Give me a specific question.
No worries. All right. So you got your bachelor's degree. What led you to getting your bachelor's in that field?
Oh, so I started out in accounting at Angelina College, and I figured that so I couldn't balance the right and the left side of the book. And I said, you know what? I need to stick to something that I probably know.
Yeah.
And that was like child welfare stuff. I grew up in the system and all that. And then I remembered I had a really, really great, when I say awesome, social worker or a caseworker. I was like, I want to be like her. So that kind of just inspired me to become a social worker. And then not only that, just to give back to the system and maybe help, try to help another child who was just like me.
Yeah.
At that time when you was going through like the program, like if you can have us be like a fly on the wall, how was it day to day just going through? Was it good some days or most days? And was it bad some days? And if it was, like how bad was it?
Yeah, overall the whole entire experience of being in foster care was, I would say, it was the best experience that I've ever had. And if I had to do over, I definitely no kid or no person or whatever would say what I'm about to say about doing it over, but I definitely would, because I had such a great experience. Like I got to experience what most kids experienced when they were at home with their parents. Okay. Well, aside from like, the abuse or whatever that started it, but like day to day, I don't know, because we were in different, my twin brother and I were in different foster homes, and majority of the time we moved around because my brother had some behavior problems. And so the caseworkers were trying to keep us, or our caseworker was trying to keep us together and not separate us. But eventually we were separated. But day to day, like in a foster home, was just like, being at home. There's always that one kid that's the favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite. And that's in any family. Yep, that's in any family. So that's always, you have that. And we went to school, went to church, we got baptized, we sung in the choir, we went to Sunday school. We did like normal stuff in the foster homes. During that time,
did you grow up Baptist?
I grew up Baptist.
Jesus is on the main line.
Jesus is on the main line. Yes.
I'm about to get the tambourine. Somebody grab me the tambourine.
Yes. But yeah, we grew up Baptist in the choir and going on, what was it? Y'all remember BTM or BTU or something?
Yeah.
In the summertime. And I grew up doing all of that in our foster home. So it was normal. It was about normal.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that sounds really normal compared to, what you see on TV, right? Or what people, explain or say, like the horror stories of foster care. One thing that you mentioned is that you and your brother were able to be together for the majority of the time. So talk to me a little bit about that, like because that when you always hear about people getting separated in the foster care system. So you guys, because you have a relationship with your brother even now.
Correct? Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about how you guys were able to continue y'all's relationship.
Well, so we were together all the way up to about, it was like 11 or 12 when we were separated. So, and it was due to his behavior. He would fight a lot at school. And so, you know, the foster parents that we were with at that time before we got separated, they were like elderly, like real older, like 80s and 90s years old. So, and they couldn't kind of, you know, take on that much stress. So
a behavior problem.
Yeah, with the behavior problems with him. So they ended up separating us. So by the time we got back together, we were about 21 years old when we got back together. Like, you know, we were grown already. So
were y'all communicating in the midst of y'all?
Oh yes, during the whole time of being in foster care, we still had phone calls. Our caseworker made sure we had like monthly visits. I mean, it was maybe, I don't know, a couple of years in there where we fell off a couple of months or whatever, but we would always know where each other were, and we would write letters. You know, that's when we was writing letters. We weren't texting. We didn't have phone. We actually had to write a letter. So we wrote letters. We had telephone calls and stuff. We didn't have video chat or whatever, but just writing letters and phone calls. So and we kept up the whole entire time during that time. And like I said, we eventually got back together because he came to live with me. Actually, me and Keita came and lived with us for a little bit when we were about 21, 22.
Yeah. And for those of you all who don't know, Keita is actually our best friend. Like Elsa's childhood friend and one of my best friends. And that's how I actually met Elsa, was through Keita.
Wait a minute, how did y'all meet? When and where?
Okay, so let me tell this story.
Tell
I
don't
remember exactly when we met, but I do know. So we would always get together for Memorial Day at in Gladewater, which is like a little area there in East Texas, right?
Okay.
So Elsa would always cook. You wasn't gonna help Elsa cook.
You a cooker? You can cook
on the barbecue pit, baby. Yes.
She stayed on the pit the whole time. She loves it. Like, she wouldn't let us help her.
Y'all hear that? She's on the pit.
She's on the pit the whole time. So me, Keita, Sheikah, the kids, all of us would just be having a good time, and Elsa would let us know when the food was ready. We would be like, Elsa would end the day, and then she would like come out there and chill with us. But Elsa stayed on the pit the whole time.
That's unheard of. Not unheard of, but you don't run into too many people that's gonna stay on the pit.
No, but that one will, and will not let you help her.
Oh no, they can't help me because they don't do it the way I do it. And I heard the last time they went, I think I was sick, and they were just like, "Where are you at?"
We was like, "Where's Elsa?" We're not used to having to be an adult out here.
Yes.
We don't have to be adults when Elsa around.
They do their thing. They go lay out. I may walk over or whatever, but other than that, I'm on the pit the whole entire time. Yeah. I mean, I'm sauteing butter. I got a little pot out there.
Chef type shit. Well, my bad. It's chef level.
It's that good. You make people start cursing.
Melted butter with some garlic in there.
Like you relive that moment. You like, it's some good.
I did. I had a moment because I thought about one of them jalapeno poppers with bacon wrapped around it. That's how stuff she would do.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
When a man find it, he find it a good thing. Okay.
There you go.
Right there.
There you go. There you go. And then the funny thing is, no matter where we are together, if anybody is gonna cook, Elsa is gonna cook. Like, she won't let us. I do know how to cook, but not around Elsa.
And look, I fix plates too, but them heifers won't let me fix their plates.
We gotta draw the line somewhere.
You been a little controlling there, but I'm so used to fixing plates, so and I don't mind it. But anyways, whenever we somewhere and it's a stove and the refrigerator, we like, okay, well, we finna eat. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how y'all met. That's how y'all.
Yeah.
And then after that, did y'all like Or she? How did you know she was a
So
sorrow?
Elsa crossed before I did. We
I
both
did.
crossed Longview Alumni Chapter, and she crossed the
2017.
yeah, she crossed 2017, and I crossed 2019.
All
But
right.
like the same chapter.
All right. Do you know all the steps?
I know most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I know them. Not doing them might be different, but I do know them.
Now I know when y'all form that line, it's over with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But back to the meat and potatoes of the story. I want you to talk to us about, because I know your kids personally. They are amazing children. You had a regular type, situation in foster care, but just talk to us a little bit about any struggles that you had from not having just what people would consider a normal childhood, being turning around and being a mother.
So, like the struggles I had during the time that I was in foster care, mostly came from when I was in the girls' home, which the girls' home was absolutely wonderful. And like I said before, if I had to do it over, I would definitely do it over. But some of the struggles I had was when I saw my friends or my best friends with their parents and like with their dad or with their mom and stuff. And then I'm over here with my staff, my little white staff is next to me or whatever. Or I played in the Coca-Cola Classic at Angelina College my senior year. They invited me over to play with them, to play with the, what do you call it? It's not the player of the year, but it's some kind of special thing for whatever special player.
Like basketball?
Yeah, for basketball. For basketball. Yeah. And I was invited to go and play that and it was for all the seniors who was getting ready to graduate and all that good stuff. So, and my one staff that was there, he white guy, I love him to death. But he white guy, and everybody else had their parent there, and I was the only one with the white man, this old white man, my staff or whatever. And so he's the one that walked me out. So I was a little embarrassed, but after I got older, I was just like, it is what it is. So, but I think my main struggle was when I didn't have like my parents, and like all my friends had their parents. And then some of the things like what your mom or your dad would teach you, like I'm gonna give you an example. Like, say, Aisha, we're girls, so I'm teaching Kennedy this now. You can't always don't be naive about friends, and you got to watch who is really your friend, and you need to watch people around you and all that stuff. I'm not talking about Aisha or Keita or whatever. I'm just talking about friends. Sometimes you got to cut people off, and you got to put people in boundaries and stuff. Just different little lessons like that, even for the fellas or for guys, or what you've been taught by your dad. So I missed a lot of that time because it was kind of different. Majority of the staff that was at the girls' home was white, and so I didn't identify with them like that. But they started getting some ethnic or African American staff members started coming in, so we started identifying with them. So and then I had Keita, her mom, and then my best friend from high school, her mom and her parents and stuff. So it was just sometimes it was a struggle. Like, I see everybody with their mom or their dad, and then with their sisters and brothers and stuff. So and even today, when I think about that, it just, sometimes bring me to, tears, like
chokes you up a little bit.
Yeah. So that was my main struggle. So what I'm teaching my kids now is what things that I wasn't taught then, but different people throughout my life, that God has blessed me. Because you can start praying, whoever, Lord, whoever needs to be in my life, please let them be in my life and show me who that is, and allow them to help guide me, mold me, or whatever. And he did that. It's been several older ladies in my life to teach me. One was one of my pastors pastor wife. She passed away about maybe 2 years ago. One of the main things I remember that she taught me was we had went on this trip, and I'll just be real quick. When we went on this trip, and I was trying to go and kind of do my own thing, but it was actually a church trip, and our kids were performing and all that, but we were in like Miami, Florida, and so I was wanting to go to the beach or whatever and let them go over there and perform or whatever, and I missed one of Skylar's performance when he was doing the mime. And she pulled me aside and she said, let me tell you something. You are your kid's biggest fan. It don't matter who's there. Mama is always the one that is your kid's biggest fan. And you need to be there for him every time. I don't care if you're the only person there. You need to be the one cheering that he can hear you. Hear you in the audience or see you in the audience. Whether you're saying something or not, or whether he's doing good, bad, indifference or whatever. And she pulled me across when she said that. When I tell you, baby, Skylar, listen, Skylar tell you to this day, he went to school at Gilmer, and when he played football, I had a cowbell.
Yes.
I was off the chain. I didn't care what he did wrong, whatever. If he did something, I was ringing that cowbell. He knew I was there. So they go watch film afterwards, like on the weekend, on the Saturday, whatever, whenever. And so he said, Mama, the only person I can hear up in the stand is you. Nobody else that everybody can hear. Everybody heard you. And I said, you know what? You know I was there. That's all I need. That's it. Yeah. But it's just different lessons like that has taught me and always stay with me. And I'm just blessed to have older women that I really trust who has my best interest at heart. Because you know, you can have some people in your life that don't have that does not have your best interest at heart. And I had to learn that the hard way. Yeah. So when you have that, then I mean, that's been what I've been trying to teach Skylar and Kennedy. So
probably even more so Kennedy with her being the girl. Because I know for some aspects, especially when you're dealing with people, it seems like guys don't fall in sometimes the same traps we do in regards to like trust and being naive about
naive, and then having an underlying agenda of trying to find out what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? So and sometimes men don't think like that. Some do. I'm not, but some some don't. So
we deal with a lot of things after the fact. You know, some people may cross us and we're like, all right, you know, we deal with it after the fact, where beforehand we can see certain type of movements. You're moving or if you're trying to be friend with somebody and you're trying to feel like you're not friends with them or something like that. It's like, I don't know why you need me in your story to do that, but we just deal with different levels of things. But man, we you gotta watch, like you said, you gotta watch out for them, because if not, then you don't want to. The last thing you want to do is have somebody you love in a situation where you could have stepped in and prevented it.
Yeah, I know one of the things that I dealt with as being a kid is that I assumed that because I was a certain way, or I thought a certain way, or I would treat somebody a certain way, that I would expect someone else to do the same for me, just automatically. That was just me being naive as a child, and it took me a long time. But I grew up with some of those conversations just weren't had. So, you know, I feel like if I would have had those conversations, it wouldn't have took me so long to knock that naivety.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, Sean. Being naive.
You pulling out all the stuff today, huh?
And my tongue is not
all them big words. Let's keep it simple.
Some of these, you keep going. Some of these words I'm about to look up on. I'm like,
keep it simple. You don't have to do no big words.
But being naive is probably a big thing. So 20 years in Child Protective Services. That's I ain't been at a job 20
20 years.
But my thing is Child Protective Service, a lot of intense moments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of moments of like questioning myself if this is even where I need to be. But I mean, I've been here that long, so I'm, it's where I'm supposed to be. So yeah, it's been a long, a long, sweet, bitter, all of that. But I wouldn't change it for the world because of the experience and the people, my coworkers, my supervisors. So I've only had I've only had 3 supervisors, and my last supervisor now, I've been with her 13 years, 12 to 13 years. I think it's 12.
Mm-hmm. Because, and I know you can't really talk about, saying that. I just want to know your feeling. Mm-hmm. How many times, or have you had multiple times where you helped a situation and you felt like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I helped them?
Oh, listen, everybody in CPS that works for CPS have a one case, at least one case that they will forever remember. And when I tell you this one case, when you asked me that question, this one case just popped in my mind. Just the one. When I tell you, I prayed. It was during the time I was an investigator. And when I tell you, I prayed and I prayed and prayed and prayed, Lord, please, we got to save these kids. I have to be the one to save these kids. And so I pray. And when I tell you, sleepless, was up all night, was getting ready for court the next day, or for court, and going before the judge and having to testify. And when I testified, when I tell you I was shaking, and I had done it before, but I was just so scared that we weren't gonna be able to save them. But that one case, when I tell you, that put it on a map for me in my heart. And when we got them, I was just like elated. I think I was supposed to finish the day working, but honey, I took the rest of the day off just to calm my nerve down. So everybody has that one case that they were in somebody's life.
When did you stop being shocked at what you saw? Because I know when you first got in, you were probably extremely shocked at some of the stories that you heard. When did you stop being shocked at the story, or what you were seeing?
I can't even tell you when. I can't. I feel like I'm just immune. Yeah, I'm just, and that's bad, probably bad to say, but I just feel like I'm immune. I can't, probably after maybe 2 years in, I stopped being shocked.
Just 2 years in?
Just 2 years in. Wow. After 2 years, I was,
And I don't know, you can contest to this. When you hear people throwing out all types of cuss words and stuff like that, they mad at you for a reason that you're like, look, this is your doing. Yeah. But you cussing me out. Sometimes that you start training yourself that them words just bounce off you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they can be furious. Yeah, you this, you that, you this, you that, and that's all it sounds like now. You this, you that, you this, you that. Yeah, I know. Put them in the car. Let's get out of here. Yeah. You know. So, how does that affect how does that change the way you receive information? Like, did it calm you down? Like when you deal with other situations,
as far as me coming from me being in foster care to working with CPS?
Yeah. Do you kind of step back and look at situations from a long view now instead of getting?
Well, yeah, I do, but just coming from, being a foster kid, I feel like I have more understanding of certain situations. So,
because you have a different perspective because
I was there. Yeah, because I was there. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You got your bachelor's degree. And then you got your master's degree.
I know. I took
What
a
was that
long
decision like?
time.
Master's is like next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, I was supposed to have went back and done it right after I graduated with my bachelor's degree, but I was so ready to leave Nacogdoches and so ready to start a career and just get stuff started. And I had Scholar, I think he was like maybe 3 or 4 at the time, and so I was just ready to get in the work field and just go. And I was supposed to start it way years ago, but my timing and God's timing is 2 different timing. So when it got time and ready for me to do it, it happened. Because I had to take care of some things at first. Because when you have them student loans and you can't go back and you got stuff or whatever, it didn't work out in going back. But then he made a way for
How did you find the time to juggle all of that?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I had a wonderful.
Because you was physically on campus, right?
I was physically driving from when I got off of work, and sometimes I would be getting off of work from Texarkana and driving to Nacogdoches to class, and I did for 2 years. And it was like 2-3 days out the week.
For those people who are watching who don't know that's tell us about how many hours that is on the road. That's what.
Oh yeah, from Texarkana to Texas to Nacogdoches, 2, 3. That's a 3.5, about a 3.5, 3 hours, 45 minutes, maybe. From Texarkana to Nacogdoches. Because it's 2 hours to Longview from Texarkana, and then it's another hour and 15, 30 minutes for me to get on campus. So yeah, I was driving like that 2 to 3 days out the week for 2 years in a row, not stopping. I didn't take a break a semester. I went straight through from 2018 to 2020.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Straight through. When I tell you determination, and when I tell you I am not a perfect person. Please don't think. I know I'm talking about God and all it, and I believe, and I'm doing my best to be on the right path or whatever, but I am not perfect. But when I tell you that it wasn't nobody but the Lord to get me through that, I'm telling you, because it was some days.
You said them truck driver miles.
Yeah, no, for real. He said, "Ooh, we
truck driver." Yes.
Yeah, no, for real. Like I didn't even know that that's what you were doing. I just knew you had finished. I didn't realize that you were driving. How many days were you on campus?
The first semester I was 2 days, and then as I got into it, it was almost 3 days. 3 days a week that I was driving.
I love your story because you can find determination, follow through, consistency. Like that's what it takes. Like even though you have obstacles, you had kids and like I said, truck driver mileage and none of that. All that was just white noise compared to the I got to get from here to there, and that's the most thing that's important. And a lot of times, people, if you're not into like your goal, the smallest thing will distract you. You start complaining about the little stuff. If you take it on. That's why I love hearing stories like that because you take it on and you get it done. Now you Elsa Noble MBA.
Yes, MSW. About to take the licensing test.
MSW.
Yes. I'll tell you that my first semester, I took I think I did 4 classes. And when I tell you, Lord, that was the first time I was just so drained and tired. Plus, on top of work, plus on top of having Kennedy. Scholar was in Los Angeles by then, but it was, when I tell you, I had to have a good circle of people around me or people that I could trust, not only just for me, but for Kennedy. So, and
she's active. She's in basketball.
Oh, yeah. But then that semester, Kennedy was she in 6th grade or 7th grade? She might have been in 7th grade. Because I know before she was in 9th grade, because I finished, I think, when she was in 8th grade. So I had to be in 6th grade going into 7th. But anyways, I had a wonderful babysitter. I let her drive my car.
Shout out to the babysitter.
Yes, I'm not playing. She picked Kennedy up, took her to her spots. I had dinner ready for both of them when they got home. Got to the house. And girl, when I tell you, you have to have a good support system, you have to have one. It doesn't matter foster care or not, just anybody.
You have to have a village.
It
takes a village.
That's real.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for visiting with us. I have one more question for you tonight.
Okay.
And that is, of course, the title of the show is If I Do This Right. Mm-hmm. What is your if I do this right, or because I did this right, whatever the rest of that is for you. What is that for you? What does that look like for you?
I think I'm gonna put it in this term because it's a couple of things that I'm actually working on right now.
Okay.
So if I do this right, I'm working. Well, and let me say this first. I'm working. When I say working, I'm writing on a book about me growing up in foster care.
About time.
And the name of the book is, and y'all, wait. I know we probably getting ready to be out of time, but
no,
listen.
You good. Go ahead.
So on my way to school one night, the title of the book was I already had the title because a friend of mine had said it to me. I think it was Torn but Not Broken, something like that. But God told me that is not my title.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, where is that? And that just came out of nowhere. That's not the title of the book. And so I'm driving along. A remnant of foster care. And I was like, a remnant? Like, what does remnant mean? I don't even know what remnant. So when you do a book, and I'm sure it's people on here have written a book or whatever, you have to look up and make sure that title is not found. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm just being delusional. I'm just whatever, how they come to me. So I Googled the first title. That title is taken, the Torn but Not Broken, whatever it was. Yeah. And that title was taken. I was like, I never Googled that or looked it up. So I went and looked up. You can't find it nowhere. So I put a stamp mark on that.
Yeah.
A remnant of foster care. So I am working on that book. I'm finishing it up. I'm praying, and I need y'all to pray with me that I get it done. My prayer is to have it done by December, and finding a publisher and all that good stuff. But I would say if I do this right, a remnant of foster care will be such a blessing for foster kids. I'm not in it for no money. I'm not in it for no accolades or anything like that. I am not. I am not that person. Right. I want to be a blessing to any foster kid in the world. Any foster kid. If I can change one person's life and saying, it takes determination to make your life. It takes determination to go forth and for your goals, and not to be or go back and look back at your past on why you're in foster care or what has happened to you or whatever. If I can be that blessing with that book and helping and speaking to foster kids, I'm good. And if it ain't but just one, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, you let us know when you finish that book.
I sure will.
Yeah, we're gonna support you. Yeah, we're gonna support you. We're gonna get that.
I sure will. I appreciate it.
And then I think publishing wise, if you want to do it through Amazon, they'll print your book.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The book that I wrote, all I did was upload it to Amazon. Of course, you have to meet their parameters. Right. And they will print and publish the book for you.
So anytime somebody buys it, they'll just print it and send it.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's just what I believe in. My second goal is to opening up a transitional living center that has apartments attached to it. So when kids who are aging out of foster care, we have a higher percentage of kids who age out who are homeless and don't have anywhere to go, or just kind of I call it couch hopping. Couch hopping.
Talk to us about what causes that.
Well, sometimes what causes that is just the kids may have decided to go to a certain place or go back home or something like that, and it didn't work out in that place, and so they end up getting put out. I'm just giving an example of some of the things that we have ran across. So I really want to open or develop a program, and it's a transitional living program that has apartments attached to it or duplexes attached to it, so that it's specifically for kids who age out of foster care, and they will have their own apartment. And the transitional living center would help them with finding a job or help them get job ready, like job readiness, or workforce center. Maybe I could get workforce center to kind of collaborate with me in getting them ready for jobs and all that good stuff. So, but just having them a roof over their head, having it, maybe partially furnished or something like that. I mean, I just, it's a high percentage. And I wrote, my last paper was about that. And so I was like, I have to do something with this. I have to do something with it.
Yeah.
And create it. So those are those are my, if I do it right.
Yeah. Is that high percentage? Is that nationwide? Is that
that's nationwide. That's in, Texas. Well, I'll say it's in Texas. I'm not going to say nationwide. I'm going to say in Texas. There we have a high percentage of kids who age out of foster care who are homeless. So yeah, but yeah.
I got so much to say because I'm a loan. Well, I got a license in mortgage loan origination. So when you talked about like getting something like that, you just got to get, or if you want to set up a like a nonprofit or a business or something like that.
Right. That's what I want to do.
It's so many steps. It's so many easy steps to take that you don't have access to. Right. So yeah, if I can, I'll just send you what I know, and that way, that at least help get you started and going on your way. I think that's a great idea. It's something you can plan for in the next 5 years.
I appreciate that so much. I'm going through the steps now, and you have to pick a board of director first, the board of directors. So, but I want to handpick because I need people that I know that's gonna have a good heart.
Make sure you hold the meetings.
Yes.
Make sure you hold those meetings.
Yeah.
Yes, who really wants, take them out to lunch and fill them out to see what they got going or whatever. But I want somebody that's, it's in your heart to to serve this clientele.
Yeah, like the Bible said, you build it, if you build it, they'll come. So
that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
So you doing biblical stuff.
Yeah. That's amazing, Elsa. Tell us, tell the public if they are wanting to help or assist you with getting that, helping you spearhead that. How can they reach out to you? What information do you want them to know?
Sure, they can call me. My number is 903-399-2293. They can email me. Elsa Noble, the number 3 at gmail.com, and just hit me up. And like I said, this is beginning stage. When I say beginning, I mean beginning. Yeah. You heard me say picking my board of directors, and I got names down. So I'm starting to have lunch dates with a couple of people and all that good stuff. So that I know that I would want on my team or on that board of directors. So, but yeah, you can just reach out to me. If you have any advice for me, advice, suggestions, or examples, whatever, I'm down for it.
Perfect. No, that's awesome. Uh, I just think I've learned so much from you. I'm also a fan of your tenacity, and I just think I want to see I want to see the book. I want to see you create this monstrosity of achievement for others and helping somebody else, and they tell a story about the time that they heard your story and got inspired. So I love it. I love everything about it. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, sis, because I know some of the stuff you haven't talked about here that just are really some personal things that you have dealt with. And so to know you and to know what you've been through and to see that it has not, you don't look like what you've been through, you know. and even the blessing that even what you went through was not as bad as some people have that you had. God was gracious enough that even in what should have been meant for your bad still turned out for your good.
Right.
So I'm so proud of you and what you're doing and what you've already accomplished. Thank you so much for coming on the show with us today, sharing your story with us.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do for having me come on. But I was nervous at first. I was like, when she said conversation, oh girl, I can do that. Let's go.
Yeah, it's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. We're just talking. Yeah.
We were talking, but we're inspiring at the same time because your if I do it right, maybe somebody else's chance to do it right.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Before we go today, I do want you to share. If there's anyone out there who is interested in getting into social work, interested in making this a career, what advice do you have to share with them?
I have to tell them go into social work, get your bachelor's degree, go through training or CPS training or a BSD training if you want. And I mean, there you go. That's it.
Just go get your training.
Get your training. Get your training in.
I love it. That's simple enough. Well, sis, we are going to let you go again. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing with us and being a guest. I had been, before we even started this show, I had said I have to have Elsa on this show.
She did. She did.
Thank you for making my dream come true.
Oh, you're welcome, girl. Anything for you.
No, I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, Elsa, you've been great this whole time. I got a chance to get introduced to you, and I can't wait, for you to get on the grill and do your work.
Ooh, yes.
One of these days. So. All right. Well, thank you so much. And for a time, then we're gonna get this wrapped up. But I cannot thank you enough for being on the show. Hopefully, you'll be back. We'll talk about the book.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now, if you have suggestions, comments, questions, or even want to be on the show, hit us up. You can hit us up by the email. If I do this right, podcast at gmail.com or messages us on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And we want to, pull you in. We have a lot of great guests coming on the show. This is our first season, and we want to get bigger. We want to get better, and we want to make sure that people hear your story and they get inspired and go out there and change the world. So
absolutely. We want to thank our engineer today, Mr. James Noah Robinson. We appreciate you stepping in today and filling in. Do not come on camera.
you want to come out? You want to look? Peek your head over.
No, ain't talk to.
And
she don't want me to set her shy. It's okay. It's okay.
And the shaking that you have experienced from today's show has been a little bit of his attribute, but it's okay. It's all good. So that's all good. Free help, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, those platforms is what we love to be on to, promote this. So
absolutely. And if you have not already seen the other 2 episodes, please go back and watch those. You'll be thoroughly entertained.
We want to thank Elsa for being a part of the show.
Absolutely.
And our next guest.
I'm gonna let you, because I know you hype about it. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
This guy, this is my brother. This is my brother. And from another mother, whatever, but this is my brother. I mean, I've been knowing this man for over 20 years. He's been my ace one since day one. And
since day one.
And I can't wait to bring him on the show. My friend, my man, this dude, his whole family, everybody.
Yeah.
The wife, everything is Mr. Rashad Taylor.
Better known as
Shotty.
Yes, sir.
So you all get to meet him and his story. Man, he's a composer, producer, master writer. That guy, he can write.
Yeah.
His music, we do music together. Music is out and it is gold. Like, I mean, I love everything this guy does, and we're gonna have him on the show so he can talk about himself and what he did to do things right. So So next month, October, you'll see Mr. Rashad Taylor.
Yep, second week in October, I believe it is the 8th.
I'll talk October 8th.
Yeah.
And he has a show too, the Shell and Shotty show, which he goes into a lot of depth with heritage, Black heritage, Earth, things about the stars, astrology, stars, things like that. I know I'm tearing you up right now, brother, but So,
but he also talks about, it definitely goes into current events, and talks about music. He current events, music, movies, you name it. So it's, you kind of get a little
eclectic.
Yeah, it's a little gumbo pot of a show. Yeah, that's you get a little bit of everything, like a little goulash.
Yeah. So yeah, you got anything else?
I do not have anything else. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you all who watch live, thank you for those of you all who are going to tune in later. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. All of the above. We appreciate it all.
Stay tuned for Did You Know? But we're out.
Peace.
All right. Thank you guys for staying tuned for the Did You Know section. And I want to bring this to everyone's attention. Did you know that LinkedIn has a learning platform? It's you get 24 hours, 7 days a week of online courses that you can take, whether you want to learn how to, you can do Microsoft training, you can do business training, you can learn all sorts of things. I went on there myself and just did a couple of courses on budgeting, finance, things that like that. And then right now they have a offer where it's your first month is free, and then it's that trial month. So just try it out for a month, see what you like about it, and it's LinkedIn Learning. I didn't even know I got LinkedIn myself, but then when I hit LinkedIn Learning, it was just, everything that I wanted to know for myself, whether I just want to improve on like marketing. You can go on there and take a marketing course and for free. Do it for the first month for free. If you love everything about it, do the subscription. I'll have a link in the bio or on the if I do this right, Facebook page, and go check it out and then just improve yourself all day, every day. All right, y'all, I'm out.